Quick timeline. July 9th, 2026, OpenAI ships ChatGPT Work, a mode that takes a goal, breaks it into steps, and stays on a task for hours using connected apps and files. It's available on every plan. Free users get it too, running on GPT 5.6 Terra. Claude Cowork, Anthropic's desktop agent that works directly on your file system, has existed for a while, but there is still no free tier. You need a paid Claude plan, $20 a month minimum just to open the door. Quick timeline. July 9th, 2026, OpenAI ships ChatGPT Work, a mode that takes a goal, breaks it into steps, and stays on a task for hours using connected apps and files. It's available on every plan. Free users get it too, running on GPT 5.6 Terra. Claude Cowork, Anthropic's desktop agent that works directly on your file system, has existed for a while, but there is still no free tier. You need a paid Claude plan, $20 a month minimum just to open the door. Here's the part that actually matters more than price. These two agents are not built the same way. Claude Cowork runs on your desktop and works directly on your file system. You point it at a folder, describe an outcome, and it maps out the steps: local files, local automation, tighter control. ChatGPT Work runs in a virtual browser environment. It navigates websites, fills forms, takes actions inside a sandbox, and with GPT 5.6, it can run multiple subagents in parallel on the same goal. One is a file system operator, one is a browser operator that can fork itself. That's not a pricing difference. That's two different bets on what agent means. Second real difference: connectors. ChatGPT Work ships with a directory of over 1,400 connected apps out of the box. Claude Cowork leans on a curated, smaller set of MCP connectors plus Microsoft 365 add-ins and scheduled tasks. More connectors sounds like an easy win for ChatGPT, but curated has a real advantage too. Fewer integrations to audit for a business that has to answer to a data protection officer. If you're a solo operator, breadth wins. If you're the one signing the AV Vertrag, curated might be the actual selling point. Now the number that started this video. Individually, both are roughly the same, $20 a month for the Pro or Plus tier. At team scale, it inverts, 50 seats on Claude Team. Runs about $1,500 a month. The same 50 seats on ChatGPT Team is roughly $1,250. ChatGPT is cheaper at scale and has a free entry point. On paper, that's a clean win, but price isn't the only line item in a real decision. Quick reminder why this matters. If you're picking a tool to build your actual business workflows on top of, the free tier isn't a nice-to-have. It's the difference between testing an idea for free tonight or paying $20 before you know if the tool fits your workflow at all. That's a real barrier to experimentation, and experimentation is exactly what automation builders need to do constantly. Here's my actual take, not just a recap. If you're a solo operator or a small marketing team doing browser-heavy work, lead research, competitor scans, filling out the same 10 forms, the free tier and the 1,200 app connector directory make ChatGPT Work the obvious starting point. If your work is file system heavy, you're moving, renaming, restructuring real client files and folders, or you need to answer, what exactly did the AI touch for a client or a DPO? Claude Cowork's tighter, local-first model is worth the $20. This isn't which is better. It's which bet matches your actual job. One thing almost none of the comparison articles mention: a free tier changes who's allowed to even try the tool. If you're pitching automation to a client or a boss who has to approve a $20 line item, it's free, let me show you in the next 5 minutes, is a completely different conversation than, let me get budget approval first. That's not a feature. That's a sales advantage OpenAI just bought itself for free. Side by side, ChatGPT Work wins on price, connector breadth, and zero friction trial. Claude Cowork wins on local file control, curated integrations, and, for regulated or client-facing work, a cleaner audit story. Neither one is the objectively correct pick. The correct pick is whichever one matches the actual shape of the work you do. If you're building an automation stack right now, don't pick based on the $20 number alone. Pick based on whether your work is browser-shaped or file-shaped. I'll put both comparison sources in the description. Tell me in the comments which one you're actually using day to day, and subscribe if you want the next ToolV's tool breakdown when it happens.